This is in a rural white area. And remember, I was nervous because the guy was on my property. I'm black and I was sweaty. You know what I mean? And I ran to the gun counter, black and sweaty, sweating and black. And I looked up at the nigga, I was like, I look like a slave or something. I said, I need a gun immediately.
Hi everyone, it's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow my Patreon. It's only $5 a month and you get an extra video every week. Plus, this video today is going to be on Dave Chappelle getting a gun, and the first part of this video is actually on my Patreon, so you might actually even want to go watch that first.
We know as parents that one of us is raising the shooter.
Oh, okay.
Just don't know which one of us it is.
All
we know for sure is that if you're a white parent, the chances that it's you.
Oh my gosh. Definitely just check it out so you have both parts of this video.
I hate guns, personally. I can't stand them. Yeah, but I have several. I don't want them, but I feel like I need them. Don't forget where I live. I live in Ohio. And anyone that knows anything about Ohio knows that even the word Ohio is an old Native American word. It means, literally, land of poor white people.
Yeah?
And I don't know what's going on down here, but in my experience, poor white people love, and I mean they love heroin. They can't seem to get enough of it. I didn't even know what I was looking at first. I was just driving like, why are all these white people so sleepy out here?
Oh my gosh.
It's really bad. As a matter of fact, I was coming out of a nightclub the other night in Dayton, and I'd parked my car in the alley, and no one was out there. I didn't have no bodyguards or nothing. I was home. I figured everything was fine. And as soon as I opened my car door, all by myself, suddenly, one of these heroin-addicted whites just pops out of a trash can. It scared the shit out of me. I screamed, ah!
Heroin-addicted whites.
And then I realized it was a woman. She was up. She's like, hey, man, relax, okay? I'm sick, all right? I need some drugs, man. Please, I'll suck your for $5, man. I was like, ugh.
Oh no, he's...
$2.
I knew it. Oh my gosh.
Obviously, I'm joking. This opioid crisis is a crisis. I see it every day. It's as bad as they say. It's ruining lives. It's destroying families. Sadly, you know what it reminds me of, seeing it? It reminds me of us. These white folks look exactly like us during the crack epidemic.
Oh, no.
You know, it's really crazy to see. And all this they talk about on the news about how divided the nation is, I don't believe it. I feel like nowadays we're getting a real good look at each other. It's wild because I even have insight into how the white community must have felt watching the black community go through the scourge of crack. Because I don't care either. Hang in there, whites.
Wow, that was... I don't know where to start. I think the part that I could start at is maybe the animal-like white person that was jumping out of a trash can is a good place to just pinpoint. That was pretty hilarious. How he describes something that seems like a tragedy and makes it just seem like a Muppet cartoon is pretty good. He's actually making fun of the response that I guess white people had to that epidemic when they were looking at black people go through it, and he made it a joke in turn how he feels looking at white people kind of go through it and how much he just doesn't care. And it was mostly funny because he was trying to relate to that, but it was obviously a dig on both sides of kind of calling white people out for not caring enough, but also a dig of like, hey, well, now I get it because I don't care about you people either. So it was interesting and pretty creative because he like dodged everything that could have went wrong with that joke and made it go really smoothly.
Hang in there, whites. Just say no. What's so hard about that?
Oh, I love that. Fair. Super fair.
Remember when y'all said that to us? But it's okay. There's no grudges. Now you finally got it right. Once it started happening to your kids, you realize it's a health crisis. These people are sick. They are not criminals. They are sick.
It's a really great example.
Be that as it may, I'm armed to the teeth. First gun I bought was a 12-gauge shotgun. I didn't want the gun. Remember, though, I'd moved to a farm, and I was sitting there on the porch, and I see a white dude walking across my property, entitled, like he's supposed to be there. He had a rifle over his shoulder, too. Ain't that a bitch? I said, what the is this guy doing on my property? I was mad as shit, but I was unarmed. So I ended up just waving to this like a bitch. I was just like...
What else are you gonna do, I guess?
And as soon as he got far enough away, I ran to my car and sped to Kmart.
Kmart?
This is in a rural white area. And remember, I was nervous because a guy was on my property. I'm black and I was sweaty. You know what I mean? And I ran to the gun counter, black and sweaty, sweating and black. And I looked up at the nigga, I was like, I look like a slave or something. I said, I need a gun immediately, like that. Just like that. The guy didn't answer, no questions. He just grabbed a 12-gauge shotgun, handed it to me. I'd never even held a gun before. I'm not a dummy. I'm like, well, I need some bullets too.
Okay, so I feel like he's going to go in a little bit more into detail about this encounter, so I'm going to comment on the other stuff. Thought it was pretty funny how this white guy just, like, how he imitated it was really, really just golden and very funny. I think it was even more funny that he waves. That's kind of like the instinctual thing is, well, if I can't protect myself and I'm uncomfortable, I at least want this person to like me who's a threat, which, yeah, that totally probably goes through your head. I mean, you have one or two options, and since, you know, the backup option wasn't there, you kind of go with the nice and friendly. A lot of people are funny. This is not me ripping on other comedians. But I do think that his extra layer that I'm at least seeing here is that a lot of things are kind of like skits and scenes. And I really like that. Especially now since I've been introduced to the Chappelle show. Little advertisement, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I can tell that, oh, okay, now I get it. That's kind of what he always does. That's probably why he did the Chappelle show, because that's how he entertains and has his comedy, is he sees everything in like a scene and more than one character in the scene involved.
Grabbed a 12-gauge shotgun, handed it to me. I'd never even held a gun before. I'm not a dummy. I'm like, well, I need some bullets too. And the guy reached under the counter, put 2 box of shells on the counter. He said, all right, buddy, which box do you want? I didn't know. One box had a picture of some ducks on it. The other box had a picture of some deer. I said, well, what's that box with them ducks? He said, oh, that there's birdshot. And then he goes just like this, I'm not exaggerating, he goes, that won't kill a man.
People from the South.
He said, it'll just pepper him up nicely. I said, what the fuck? Pepper? You know what it means to pepper a motherfucker up? It means that when the shell explodes, hot BBs will shoot out of the barrel of the gun, not killing a motherfucker, but penetrating their skin and shallow flesh. Boy, that's gotta hurt. Hot BBs? Ha ha! Remember when Dick Cheney shot a motherfucker in the face and he lived? That was birdshot.
Oh.
I said, well, what's that box with the deer on it? He goes, oh, that there's buckshot. That'll put a hole in the goddamn truck if you wanted to.
Okay. Again, the scene playing is really good. I honestly feel like whatever else was more to this clip, I'm kind of missing out on. Again, guys, if you do want to see the first part of this video, it's on my Patreon, and I would really appreciate you all joining. But if you don't, then thank you at least for coming here. Make sure you click the subscribe button, and go check out all my other links, like my Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you next time.